Good morning, everyone. We still have 2 minutes to go, so please get ready for the service. Don't forget your onenju. If you have shiksho, put it on your neck, around your neck. Yesterday was really cold, wasn't it? Today, inside of Hondo is a little chilly too. But seems like next week it's going to be nice weather, so I'm looking forward to it. So please wait for 1 more minute. Good morning, everyone. This is the first Sunday service of May 2020, and I hope you are still staying safe and healthy. Today, we are going to chant Hanjusan. This is probably the third time to chant Hanjusan together online. So next time we see you physically, you'll be Hanjusan master for sure. So if you haven't downloaded or print out, you can go to OBT website. There is a column saying services and sutras and gathas section. You can see Hanjusan online. So let's chant Hanjusan together. ナマンダ、ツナマンダ、ツナマンダ、ツナマンダ、ツナマンダ、ナンマンダ。ナモシシンキミョウライサイホアミダブナモアミダブナモアミダブナモアミダブナモアミダブナモアミダブナ釈迦如来真法道浄土正言無正税移動者馬分家に破相上分道修上惑set人伝二乗法惑set菩薩涅槃惑前惑頓妙苦任毛二生見相上根性理社会無薬鈍言無知南海語ナモアミダブナモアミダブナモアミダブナモアミダブナ陽楽境地有節前下万語祝小不体環行海だ教等世即税頓下菩提像一日七日千勝仏妙談修有小安楽一に海だね半語即徳大正無償万語祝実難属一時本の百千言 若大者馬消防人六道五者みごなもあみだぶなもあみだぶなあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶな未来にほ信じ頓社おいぐぼだいねうおぶしょらくしゅほんしゅけしゅどみょうほうそう四十八願印字法一日誓願一種上修法正言名極楽五大願病無限量なもあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶながとくぼだいとしんざ天狗五歳道修上心相公明聖法会公正義有償会部や一日公明相続せ聖脈念仏の上によく非実法勝負国極楽安心実税所なもあみだぶなもあみだぶなもあみだぶ
ナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナ本師釈迦宗行浄土上国道修上一切如来説法弁躍動今日釈迦僧随記説法皆無薬獲得語源有心門門門不動八万四異滅無明過語彙利見即是弥陀語一生少年在会場ナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナふむみだぐぜいりきがじがこうしゅしゃばじといらいちょうほうら元見如来にもんも心情十分起源非我語今日四方向実税者ば本師脈非本師知識観弥陀浄土運が義特殊浄土法師よナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダムナモアミダム Namo Amida Namo Ganni Shikudoku Byodo Seisai Dohon Bodai Ojo Namanda, 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 Namanda.
Now we are going to read our pledge. Pledge. Breaking out of, I will share a warm smile and speak gentle words just like the kind Buddha. Not becoming lost in my greed, anger, and ignorance. I shall think and act with an open mind just like the calm and peaceful Buddha. Not putting myself first, I will share in the joy and sadness of others, just like the compassionate Buddha. Realizing the gift of life I have received, I shall strive to live each day to its fullest, like the Buddha who tirelessly works to liberate all. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Nammanda Butsu. Nam. Now, I would like to share words of Shan-tao, one of the 7 Pure Land masters from China. Shinran Shongin, our founder, quotes his words, Shan-tao's words, in Shinran Shongin's masterwork, Jodo Shinshu, the true teaching, practice, and realization. And it's on page 91 of collected works of Shinran. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Sentient beings, long thinking in birth and death, and for innumerable kalpas, lost in transmigration, being bound in delusion by their own karma, have no means of gaining emancipation for themselves. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Nammanda Butsu. Nam. Good morning again, everyone. I lose the sense of time, but we are already in the month of May, and I hope everyone is well. The weather in Portland is starting to be nice. That the flowers around the temple is blooming really beautifully. So it's good for walking, yard work, and so on. But we still need to practice social distancing. Anyway, today I received a question or request to talk about the parable of 2 rivers and the white path. So I would like to talk about the parable today. And the parable is written by Shan-tao in his masterwork, Commentary on the Contemplation Sutra. And this commentary gave huge impact on the Pure Land Buddhism. Honen Shongin, the teacher of our founder Shinran Shongin, encountered the words of Shan-tao when he was studying in Mount Hiei, and he decided to go along the path of Nembutsu. And Shinran Shongin met Honen Shongin because Honen Shongin started to share the teaching in the city of Kyoto. So if there was no Shan-tao, Jodo Shinshu never existed. And I often mention this, but some people might feel that why we should listen to the story of a historical person which has nothing to do with our daily lives. But as I said, if there was no Shan-tao, Honen Shongin did not become the Pure Land Buddhist. That means no Jodoshu. And Shinran Shongin might have stayed in Mount Hiei for his lifetime. That leads to no Hongwanji in the history and no Oregon Buddhist Temple. So one difference of the fact in the past becomes huge difference in present. So learning about the historical person actually leads us to the appreciation toward this life in this moment. So Shan-tao wrote the parable of two rivers and the white path. It is not really a long reading, but a little long to share in Dharma talk. So I had asked Maho-san to put it on the website. So you can read whole parable at Oregon Buddhist Temple's website. If you prefer the physical copy, it is on pages 89 and 90 of collected works of Shinran. But I try to summarize the parable simply. The traveler was traveling, and now two rivers of water and fire is in front of him. The rivers are too wide to cross, but there's shallow white path across the river. He hesitated to walk the path, but he realized if he go back, he dies. If he stays, he dies. If he moves forward, he dies. So finally, he decided to take the white path. Then he hears the voice from eastern bank saying, "Go that path and you'll be okay." And from the other shore of western bank, he hears a voice calling, "Come that path and you'll be okay." So he thought the white path is shallow and weak. But when he started walking the path, he realized how strong the path is. Now he's protected by the callings amidst the river of water and fire, and he safely travels to the other shore. So this is really simplified version of the parable. Actually, Shan-tao talks about the application of the parable right after the parable. So if you have collected works of Shinran, please continue reading the parable. Then you will see the application of the parable too. Then, if you have questions after reading the parable and the application, you can email me or message me through Facebook, or you can watch this Dharma message again. But the traveler is each of us who seek for the peace in this life. But we don't know which way to go. Even worse, we are now realizing that we are getting lost in the world of delusion. But we are thinking that we are on the right track. And one of the Shin ministers in Japan, he was Higashi Hongwanji's minister, late Reverend Ryoshun Nakano. He said, "We realize that it was a dream when we wake up from a dream. Our lives are the same thing. We realize that we were living in the delusion when we wake up from the delusion. We are not able to realize that through our self-centered viewpoint, but we are able to realize it through the view of something beyond ourselves. So in the parable, the brigands, right? B-R-I-G-A-N-D-S. And wild beast appears and calls traveler to come back from behind. And Shan-tao said, these are representing our 6 organs, the 6 forms of consciousness, and so on. So this means that we are relying on the view of the world which is created by the experiences and impressions we acquired in the past. So in a simple word, they are representing the life with our self-centered view, which will never lead us to peace and emancipation. And some people think that there is nothing reliable than the self. But actually, this self is most unreliable thing because it will never lead us to the emancipation or attainment of nirvana or peace. And we repeatedly experienced transmigration because we always relied on unreliable self. That is what the word of Shan-tao I shared at the beginning means. You know, now I have little more time to spend with my family that we sometimes watch movies together. And even though we are watching the same movie, which nobody, including me, never watched, Namiko and Aoi ask me, what's going to happen? Who is this guy? Kind of question. So I have to reply to them all the time. I don't know. You know, if I watch the movie already, I might be able to answer the question. But I'm watching the movie for the first time too. So if you ask someone who don't know the answer to the question, you will never get the right answer. Or you will get the wrong answer. So the path which leads us to the emancipation from the world of delusion can be answered by those who have experienced the emancipation already. That is Shakyamuni Buddha. So if we were capable of experiencing the emancipation or attainment of nirvana by our self-power, Shakyamuni Buddha probably taught us to extinguish the raging fire of the river of fire, which represents the anger. And he might ask us to calm the raging water of the river of water, which represents greed and desire. But he did not recommend or advised us to do that. Instead, Shakyamuni Buddha told us, go that white path and you'll be okay. So the river of fire and water is still raging, but we follow the guidance of Shakyamuni Buddha and take the white path of Nembutsu. Some people might still doubt the guidance of Shakyamuni Buddha, but doubting Shakyamuni Buddha's guidance is like we set the destination where we have never been into GPS, right? And GPS tells you to go this way, but we go against navigation of GPS, relying on our self-centered ideas or thoughts. So this calling or guidance of Shakyamuni Buddha is just like the 17th vow taught in the Raja Sutra, the vow which all the Buddhas extol the name of Amida. And we also receive the guidance from the other shore of Nirvana. Come that path and you'll be okay. So this is the guidance of Amida Buddha, and this is the heart of the 18th vow, known as the primal vow in English, or Hongan in Japanese. So protected by the guidance of Amida Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, and all the Buddhas of 10 directions, we walk the white path of Nembutsu. The mind to feel that, oh, I'll be okay if I go this path. This is Shinjin and trusting heart. Because of the guidance of Buddhas, we realize that we'll be okay and we will experience emancipation. But walking the white path does not mean that the rivers of fire and water disappears. We will continue to have anger, hatred, greed, and desires. But we will always be protected by the guidance of Buddhas. Well, it might be easier to understand if I say our direction of lives will be adjusted every time we walk towards the rivers of fire and water. Just like GPS adjusts or correct our way to the destination, even we turn or go wrong way. We live with the guidance of Buddha amidst anger, hatred, greed, and desires. And we express our gratitude to the Buddhas for adjusting our way of life towards the emancipation with reciting Nembutsu. So today, I was asked to talk about this two rivers and white path. So today's talk was more like lecture talk, but actually, I thought about it. My Dharma talk is more like lecture anyway, so that's fine, I guess. So I hope it helped to understand the parable of two rivers and white path today. And I usually share the same word I shared at the beginning at the end, but I like to share the words of Shan-tao, which continues from the passage I shared at the beginning today. So thank you all for attending today's service. And in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Reverently embracing Shakyamuni's teaching in his exhortations to advance westward and obeying Amida's call to us with his compassionate heart, the traveler accepts and accord with the mind of the two honored ones, never giving a thought to the two rivers of water and fire, and taking the call of the honored one to heart at every moment. He entrusts himself to the path of the power of the vow. After his death, he attains birth in the land and meets the Buddha. How boundless is his joy. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Nammanda. Nammanda. So thank you all for attending today's service. And next Sunday is going to be the Shotsuki monthly memorial service. So we will chant Amida Kyo. I hope you can keep it up next time. Last time I received the comments, you are chanting so fast. But that's actually regular speed I chant usually. I think most of the Jodo Shinshu ministers can chant Amida Kyo in 10 minutes. So we try that speed again. Okay, so thank you for attending and hope you will have a great day. Thank you.